All right, so originally I had this video idea to do a comparison between Super 7 and G.I. Joe Classified. And I was completely prepared to be like, Super 7 did this right, Super 7 did that right. Boy, boy, am I wrong. Boy, am I wrong. Okay. All I'm going to say is if you are convinced that this is a $55 figure, I don't know what to tell you. Because if I was to look at these two figures and put them next to each other, I would assume this costs way more than this. And I know that Classified tends to go for a more realistic look, while Super 7 goes for the more animated look. But there's just some things that you can't ignore. And first, I'm going to start with, before I even get into the QC issues that I've experienced with this guy, I'm going to start with just the articulation. The articulation on this figure is just sad. And I know that, Super 7, the dude, what's his name? Michael Flynn or something. He makes excuses for why he doesn't add, proper engineering into the articulation because he doesn't want to break the sculpt and all this crap. But you're trying to tell me this is better? A 90-degree bend, that's the best you can do. You got this big old chunk missing, and the best I can get out of it is 90. What's the point? Same thing with the knees here. I mean, you got this big old chunky piece missing, but there's no articulation here. Like, he's a medic. You need him to be able to get down, and he can't. Like, because he's not proportioned correctly. Like, it's just, this figure is so bad. Like, everything. Like, this was the one thing I did like, was the helmet, right? The helmet actually goes over his ears, and I'm trying to do this without breaking this set of glasses too, but it seems to be a daunting task. Give me a second. Let me take them off camera. Okay. So if you get them off of there, there is no paint on this. Zero. This is just plastic. And that's my next problem. The lack there of paint on this toy. Like, you're charging $55 for this. Look at the articulation. Look at these ugly joints. Look at this. Look at this. Look. What is that? $55, and I can't even get the freaking thing sealed. Like, come on. Rough plastic. They should have just tossed that. If they saw that joint was like that, why didn't they just toss it? Why did they keep it? Minimal articulation. That's nothing. There's nothing there. Like, you can't get nothing out of that. So what's the excuse? Why is it that we give... Look at this. You can barely... That feels like I'm going to break it. Like, what is the point? His head. Oh, it gets better. Hold on. Let me see. I don't even know if y'all can see all that glue that's sitting in there at this neck peg. What is this? Stress mark on the plastic, and for what? For what? Like, why? Why is this so poor in quality? Look at this. The glass is broke. Like, this is crazy. Like, why is this company just being allowed to float about? All I hear about this company is QC issues. That's all I hear. I never hear anything good. Very rarely I come across somebody who says that they have some, and I do ask around, you know, if you're in this toy community, you talk to other people who collect things, and some people don't have as many issues, but it seems like when it's bad, it's horrible, and when it's good, it's decent. You know, like that's how I can explain Super 7. But on the flip side of things, look at Classified. This figure is 10 times better than this, and it's half the cost. Granted, I got both of these figures on clearance. This one was $24, this one was $13. But if I had to look at these two toys, I would say this one clearly costs more than this one. And of course, this is all the accessories he comes with. There's some things I wish he would have come with, like gloved hands, maybe a medic box, stuff like that, right? But this guy comes with that. But I mean, look at it. You know, he has the gloved hands. That's right. He has all these other hands. That's cool. You know, he has a walkie-talkie, a pistol for whatever reason, a laser gun, which I don't know why he has this. Was asking some buddies the other night, what's up with this thing? I guess he has a mortar. I don't know what that's for. This comic book that looks atrocious. This was the coolest thing in this box to me. This right here. But everything else is just like plain plastic, barely anything on it. And this is a $55 figure. In what world is this acceptable? Look at it. Like, I thought Hasbro was bad. No. Hasbro is leaps and bounds above Super 7. Like, this is just pathetic. This is probably the worst toy I have seen all year, at least this year. But for $55, this is what they're gonna give you? This is trash. I don't even like doing these. I hesitated on doing this video because I don't like doing these things. I don't like trashing products. This is stupid, but this is just horrible. And here's a figure that I got recently from McFarlane. It has limitations, 90 degrees on the freaking legs. Don't know why. I mean, I see why because of the design, but god dang it, But this was a $27 figure, soft goods, a heck of a lot more paint. He came with swappable hands, energy accessories, $55, $27. What, it speaks for itself. Like, this is pathetic. I don't even know what to say anymore, but I just wanted to make this video just to talk about this. Like I said, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, but I will say this. Super 7 is super trash. I will never spend another dollar with these people. They don't deserve the accolades that they have. They don't deserve to be in stores, especially big box stores where they're already clearancing their product, by the way. Like, these people can't even retain their value on their products. Their products are always clearanced out. That, I guess, it's my fault. I shouldn't have bought this crap.